Before watching the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel and enable bell notification to never miss an update from us.
Hello everyone and welcome to Entry channel. This is Ashima, and in this video we are going to talk about the new height of Mount Everest. Now this is kind of a news for most of us. Will still feel that why is it happened that the height has increased? Why is it that the height has increased? Why is it that it is coming out as a topic, you can say, as a whole, and a discussion point? So we'll be talking about all of that, that what this dispute was regarding the new height, or you can say regarding the height as a whole. Height of Mount Everest was itself a point of discussion, and then what is the new height, and how can it be possible that the height of Mount Everest has increased? Now, if we talk about Mount Everest, we all know it is considered as one of the tallest mountains or the highest mountains in the world, right? It has the title of the highest mountain. Although, if we just talk about the length, it is the other mountain of Hawaii, which is the tallest one. But due to not being at sea level and being below the sea level, it is not considered as that. Right, so it is actually Hawaii's Mauna Kea, which is the tallest one. But since half of it is under the sea, therefore it is not considered as the tallest one. And above the sea level, then we have Mount Everest as the tallest one. Right. So, that being it, since it is considered the tallest one, it is also the youngest mountain. It is one of the youngest mountains of the world. Youngest being that it is still growing. It is still growing. It is, you can say, just like as we are in teenage, that is, the height is still increasing of us. Similarly, this mountain is still growing. It is still under the development process, right? So what is the new height? First, let's have a look at that. So the new height is 8,848.86 meters. That is, this 86 is the new 0.86. That is, 86 centimeters is the increment that has happened overall, if we see. I'll talk to you about the debate that was between the Nepal side, or you can say the Tibetan side, and China. There was a debate which was going on, which we will discuss later on. Right now, when we talk about the height, we all know how this formation had taken place and why is it increasing. For that, we'll have to understand the formation. So here, if we have a look at that, first of all, let's see the collision. Now we all know that India was formed as it was a separate landmass, and it collided with the Eurasian plate. So here was the Eurasian plate, and over here, this India's landmass had collided on Eurasian plate. Due to the collision, in geography, you might have studied that one plate goes below and one plate rises above it. Right? So the same thing happened since the Indian-Australian plate, via which India was formed and via which Australia also shifted from the Pangea. So there was earlier only one continent, that was Pangea. From Pangea, all of these started drifting apart. So India was a part of Australian plate. So it was Indian-Australian plate. The plate on which the plates which we are talking about, that is the core of the earth plate. So not core of the earth, sorry, the surface of the earth plate. So Indian-Australian plate and Eurasian plate collided, and Indian-Australian plate went below and Eurasian plate went above. Right? This is how the collision happened. So, due to this collision, Himalayas were formed, because when two heavy things will collide, definitely a bit of folding will happen. This folding is the reason why Himalayas have formed. So, this folding is the reason why this Himalayan range was formed. Right? Now, this collision is still happening, being that it is still being pressured inside. Indian-Australian plate is still being pressured inside, and Eurasian plate is still rising above it. Due to this constant rising above it, or the constant push that is coming up, the Himalayas are still rising. This is the reason why the Himalayan region as a whole faces a lot of earthquakes as well. Why it faces a lot of earthquakes? Because of this constant movement that is happening. Earthquakes, we all know. How does earthquake happen? When there is a disturbance in the plate somewhere around, be it over here or over here. When there's a disturbance that is happening, its effects will be, or its vibrations will be felt on the surface. Those vibrations are termed as earthquake. Right, so this is how the Himalayas were formed. Now, when we are saying that it is a younger one, because it is hardly 50 million years ago that India's movement was taking place. So since they are still young, that is, they are still forming. If you people remember, there was a recent earthquake in Nepal, which is a very devastating one. A very devastating earthquake had taken place in Nepal. It is believed that after that earthquake, it was around in 2016 or so, it was after that earthquake that it is believed that the height of Himalayas or Mount Everest as a particular had increased. It was because of that earthquake or after that earthquake, as we can see, because obviously there was some disturbance that had taken place. Now, what was the debate regarding the height? China had claimed that the height of Mount Everest is 8,844 kilometers. Nepal said it is 8,847. The height which was being considered till then was the height which was recommended by India. So it was the survey team of India which had surveyed it for the first time. It was in 1847 by the Surveyor General of India, Andrew Waugh. Andrew Waugh, Surveyor General of India, in the Survey Institute. So it was in 1847 when the first time the height was estimated of it. And at that time, it was decided that peak 15, that is Mount Everest, that is the highest mountain as of now. Earlier, it was believed that Mount K2 was the highest, but now it was believed that Mount Everest was the highest one. Right? So there was this debate which was going on between both the countries that which height should be taken. Now, why was this debate going on? Why were they debating over it? Or how come there was such a huge gap of about, we can say it was about 3 or 4 meters difference. So why was this difference coming up? That was because whenever the measurements are happening, they are from above the sea level, right? How much height is above the sea level is that which we are measuring. Now, when the measurements were taken place, when measurements were being taken place, China was taking when China's measurements were being taken place, they used to say that the rock underneath was being calculated. Underneath the snow, what rock is there, they were calculating that. But when Nepal was calculating, it was calculating the snow's height. So if you look at this mountain, this is the snow height, right? Where we can see, till which we can see what is the peak of it exactly. What China was measuring was this, that is the land mass which is beneath it, right? So let me just change the color and show you. So China measured this land mass which was there, and Nepal was considering this snow level. The peak was the snow for them. That is why this difference was coming up. Right now, after 2015 earthquake, it is believed that the height had changed of the earthquake. Now, difference we have seen. Everest is also known as Sagarmatha in Nepal and Mount Lama in China. Both the names are important because, first of all, for examination, if you all are preparing, you need to know the new height. What is the new difference? What is the name of Mount Everest in Nepal? What is the name of Mount Everest in China? How was it formed? And after whom have we named this as Everest? This after Sir George Everest that the name Mount Everest has been proposed. Right? So it is after the person. Now, who was Sir George Everest? He was the Surveyor General of India in the 19th century. After him, the name has been given because earlier it was known as Peak 15. It was Peak 15 at that time. Now, the first people to scale Mount Everest were in 1953. That is Tenzing Norgay, who was an Indian Nepalese, and New Zealander Edmund Hillary. These are the two people who were the first people to climb Mount Everest or scale Mount Everest. Right. So over here we have discussed about the formation. We have discussed about when was the height increased as a pointer, we can say, and since both of them have agreed, so it is something that both of them have come to a conclusion, both the countries, that okay, we'll take this as the height for us. Now, here is a list, here is the top 3 peaks of every continent. In this, one thing that you need to take care about and something which you must know about is the 7 peaks. The 7 peaks are very important. 7 peaks or 7 summit. right? So we have mentioned 777 summit over here, but the most important ones are the top ones, because there is a competition that happens, that who will conquer the first for the 7 summits. So that is going on. So first, in Asia we have Everest, in Europe we have Elbrus, in North America it is Denali, in South America Akonga, and Antarctica it's Vinson, and in Oceania it is the card cells. These and in Africa it is Kibo. These are the 7 peaks, which are 7 summit, which we call. Apart from that, these are the top 3 that you must know about. And as I had told you earlier itself, before only I had told you that the highest mountain, if we talk about the height, is of Hawaii. That is Mauna Kea. Mauna Kea is the highest mountain, but since maximum of it is under the sea, therefore Everest is considered as the highest one, right? All right. So that being it, we have tried to give you as much information as was required. All the factual information has been given. The formation we have discussed, new height we have discussed. What was the debate we have discussed, right? It was about the rock inside or the snow inside, right? Both of them, the debate has taken place. So with this, I'll be taking your leave. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope this video was very helpful. Do subscribe to the channel for more such videos, and I'll see you until then. Goodbye, take care, and have a great day ahead.